Hey everybody, welcome into the Mariners post-game recap for a doubleheader sweep today as the Mariners sweep the Nationals in 2 games to win. Now their 10th game in a row, and just absolutely remarkable as the roll continues. I'm in a different venue today. I think I'll be in a different one here almost every day for the next couple weeks. I'm going to keep this one pretty quick. The Mariners win both games in the first game on the backs of a nice pitching performance from Chris Flexen and 4 home runs. They got a 3-run home run from Suarez in the first, Winker and Frazier with solo home runs, I believe, in the fourth, and then Cal Raleigh with a solo home run in the ninth. As far as game one goes, Flexen was solid for 6 innings. The bullpen did its job. Munoz was fantastic. He has been lights out for the past month and a half. Penn Murphy ran a little bit of trouble. A couple of the hits he gave up in the ninth weren't very hard to hit, and then he gave up the home run to Juan Soto. Just thank goodness it wasn't a tying home run. Juan Soto's going to get you. He got the Mariners in the ninth inning in game 2 as well. No big deal, though. It didn't come back to hurt them, and Paul Sewald came in and got Nelson Cruz to end game 1. And yeah, just that kept the winning streak at 9. And the amazing thing was that was the last game of their suspensions with JP, Winker, and Julio served his suspension in game 1. And they only lost 1 game throughout all those suspensions. So just absolutely remarkable they were able to do that. Chris Flexen continues his good run. Again, nothing special. 2 walks, a strikeout, but getting the job done. A good 5th starter, doing what a 5th starter should do. And that's been the one nice thing about the Mariners rotation is it's been pitching really well, probably above its heads a little bit, but they're getting those kind of starts from everybody. And Chris Flexen may not be an ace, but he's good enough to do that for you and get you wins in these type of games. That was what's great about this doubleheader is that, they did it with probably their 2 weakest rotation spots, you could say, with Flexen and then what would have been George Kirby's slot. Kirby's down in AAA until after the All-Star break, just to skip a couple starts for his innings limit, and they went with essentially the opener with Swanson and then Tommy Malone as the headliner in game 2, and they were able to win both those. Is incredible. Obviously the Nationals have been struggling a lot this year, but anytime you can go on the road, and to go on the road cross country, game rained out yesterday, to play 2 today, which, if you're the Mariners, was at like a local time of, obviously in D.C. at noon for game 1, but 9 a.m. on your body clock to come out and win that game is nice. It's always nice to win the first game of a doubleheader. I always say sweeping a doubleheader is not easy. In fact, most people tell you it's one of the harder things to do in baseball. Most doubleheaders are split. They just are. We talked about that when they lost. The Mariners were swept in a doubleheader by the Angels, and, it had happened, and then they kind of reversed it today. And like I said, obviously, and that first game is nice. It kind of makes that second one a little more relaxed because you got at least 1 in the bag. And I said go 3-3 in these 6 games, and I was okay with that. And maybe that's not shooting big. Maybe you should be looking for more as a fan. But I also try to be a realist. I know that traveling across country is not easy. The Nationals have not been very good, but they have Juan Soto. He's good enough to beat you. Josh Bell's been pretty good. And the Gray, who went game 1, has been pretty solid for the Nationals. He's not been bad. He hasn't been amazing, but he's certainly a capable major league pitcher. And they were able to get to him and win that one. And then in game 2, no offense really. To speak of everybody back from suspension, Ty France had game 2 off. Scott Service talked about him just being being a little off so far. And I talked about that after my Sunday recap against the Blue Jays. I said that Ty France doesn't look 100% yet. So anytime he can take a day and you can still win the game, it's a good thing. So hopefully they can get him closer to 100%. The Jesse Winker home run, he homers in both games. His swing was a little different, or his stance, I should say. I don't know if the swing was necessarily different. That paid dividends with 2 home runs for him. He's really been on a nice run for the last couple weeks. And then Adam Frazier had a sac fly, and the pitching did the rest. Swanson, 2 shutout innings. Malone was what you'd expect from Tommy Malone for 3 1/3. Brash came in and got out of a bit of a jam with a double play ball. Struggled a little bit with the command in the 7th. Not great to see, but I still have faith that Matt Brash is going to be a good weapon for this team. And then Diego Castillo and Paul Sewald pitched both games as a doubleheader. He finished it off, gave up the home run to Juan Soto. You know what? Soto's one of those guys like Mike Trout. If he comes up and he's not the tying run, fine, home run. Okay, let's move on. And they did, and they got a really nice doubleheader victory. That's now 10 wins in a row. Not only is it 10 in a row, it is, I think, 18-3 in their last 21. So it's not just these 10 games. Take out the 10-game winning streak, and they were 8-3 in their 11 games prior to that. So this team is just on an absolute incredible roll, tied with Toronto at 47-42. 4 games left before the All-Star break with Texas. I'm going to say it again, I'm okay with the split in those games. The Mariners are guaranteed to be over 500 heading into the All-Star break. I hope they don't get swept. I don't think they will, but God forbid it happens. They are going to be over 500. If you would have told any Mariner fan 2 weeks ago that they would be over 500 going to the All-Star break, we all would have signed up for that. So just remember that. Try not to get too down when things go down. You never want to get so high in the highs, but never want to get so low in the lows. But right now is a tremendous high with 10 in a row. It will end eventually, but it doesn't end tonight. I thought it might with a doubleheader. I thought it was going to be tough to win both of them. I said I was okay with the split in this series and, you know, a split in the next series. And now they just, I mean, now I'm hoping that they can, you know, split in Texas and go 4-2 on this road trip. But even winning one gets them a 500 record on this road trip, and I am okay with that. And the nice thing is they'll have their 4 best on the hill. You got Marco, Robbie Ray, Logan Gilbert. I'm not sure who will pitch Sunday. I don't think it'll be Flexen pitching on 3 days rest. So I imagine Sunday will probably be a bullpen day. And with, they could pitch Flex on short rest and just kind of give him a short leash, being the last game before the All-Star break. We'll see. But nonetheless, I'm going to keep this video pretty short. Mariners won 10 in a row, 47-42 on the season. They sweep the doubleheader. Jesse Winker, tremendous day today. You know, not kind of dull games in a way, not a lot to talk about. The first game was kind of exciting with the 4 home runs. The second game was, you know, it was, I don't want to say, I hate saying the word boring, they won, but like not a lot to talk about with it. The offense was pretty anemic for most of the game. And outside, they scored 1 inning. I think they scored in the 6th inning. They got their 2 runs on the Winker home run, the Frazier sac fly, and that was it. They didn't have a lot of base runners. Neither did Washington. You know, I don't even know if it's necessarily a well-pitched game. The Mariners did walk a few guys too, so it wasn't like a pitching clinic that I can discuss either, but it's getting the job done. The bullpen continues to be outstanding, and the starting rotation continues to get the job done. It could be Tommy Malone on Sunday, too, starting it. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Either rest him until then and have him start on Sunday. You know, Tommy Malone's a guy that it wasn't pretty. Look at the box score. I think 3 1/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, no strikeouts. But I will say this. Every time he's been up with a big club in 2019 and this year, he's gotten outs. Like, I think he's a nice 6th guy in the rotation swingman. I really do. I don't think he's going to ever win a Cy Young, but I don't think he's just nothing either. I do think he adds some value to this team. So it's nice to see him having success as well. Not much from Julio today. Julio will be competing in the home run derby. I know some people don't like that. I know I'm going to get bashed. I don't care about the home run derby. I don't care about the All-Star game. I think it's so cool that Julio is in both of them. And good for MLB. I think they need to market their stars a little bit better. And Julio, with his energy and just what he brings to just his great baseball player, that energy, that smile he has, he is someone you want as the face of Major League Baseball. So MLB doing the right thing, getting Julio in there. I'm not worried about it affecting him. I don't think that stuff really matters. I probably will watch the Derby just to see Julio. Hopefully he wins it. So that came out today. Yeah, other than that, at Cal Raleigh, another home run. Not getting a lot of hits, but when he does, he's exactly what you need. That's what you need from the catcher position. Doesn't have to be, you know, Joe Mauer. Doesn't have to have a 330 batting average or 375 OBP. He's got the good slugging percentage. You know, his OPS is probably in the 7. I don't have it in front of me right now. Probably 720, 730. And the pitching staff works well with him. That's what I asked. That's a great catcher. And that's what this team needs, and that's perfect. You can work with that. So I really think Cal Raleigh's cementing himself as the catcher of the future, and I wish I had more to add, but I don't think I do. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. trying to grow this channel. I'm here with, as you can see, pretty much daily recaps. I was in the middle of a move, so I wasn't able to do a lot last week, but I'm back to getting more consistent. And yeah, Mariners win 6-4 and 2-1, sweep the doubleheader, 10 in a row, 47-42 on the season. We'll see you guys tomorrow for game 1 in Texas. I feel like I'm not doing a good job. I didn't have anything in front of me. I'm assuming it's Marco tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully they make it 11 in a row. We'll just keep riding it. If you're in a Mariners, keep riding this winning streak. If you're a Mariners fan, just enjoy it. Don't get too analytical with it. Don't overthink it. Enjoy wins, because we haven't had a ton of them over the last 20 years, so soak it up. Hopefully this team keeps rolling. And it's just fun. Now I get to talk. It's not just talking about this losing. I'm talking about a team that looks like a playoff contender, and that makes this a lot more fun. I'll see you guys and gals later, and as always, go M's.